Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 brings new subclasses and crossplay in 2025. Patch 8, due out in 2025, adds crossplay, photo mode, and 12 new subclasses to the hugely successful role-playing game. In a blog post, Larian said Patch 8 is the game's last major update, with the developer moving on to brand new games away from the Dungeons and Dragons universe. In Baldur's Gate 3's community update number 30, Larian outlined two major new features added in Patch 8, crossplay and photo mode. Crossplay, or cross-platform multiplayer, will allow gamers to play Baldur's Gate 3 together, regardless of the platform or device they own the game on. All BG3 players need to access crossplay is a Larian account to access the online services for this feature. Larian accounts are already required to use the cross-save feature, letting players continue their save files progression across different platforms where they own Baldur's Gate 3. However, Larian promised to continue to support Baldur's Gate 3 modders, with big updates still to come, including more functionality to let you tell your own stories. Official mod tools were released in September, and since then players have uploaded more than 3,000 mods and downloaded over 70 million. BG3 Patch 8 will also add photo mode, and it seems like a robust one at that. In addition to the usual things common to photo modes, such as frame options, stickers, and a suite post-processing editing options, you can choose facial expressions for party members and experiment with a selection of 40 animated and static poses. As if that's not enough, each of those has little variations to give your shots more personality. Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8's new subclasses also focus on highly requested options, and various mods for the game have attempted to cover these bases. One new subclass is allotted to each class that's present in Baldur's Gate 3, and many of them fill in gaps that weren't well represented in the previously available options. The full list of new subclasses is as follows: Barbarian, Path of Giants; Cleric, Death Domain; Druid, Circle of Stars; Paladin, Oath of the Crown; Fighter, Arcane Archer; Monk, Drunken Master; Ranger, Swarmkeeper; Rogue, Swashbuckler; Sorcerer, Shadow Magic; Warlock, Hexblade; Wizard, Bladesinging. Photo mode. Finally, you can stop using pictures of fish you've caught on your dating profile and start snapping photos with your Hound of Ill Omen. Photo mode is coming to Baldur's Gate 3 in Patch 8. Baldur's Gate 3's photo mode is a little like a photo booth that lets you set up pretty much any shot you'd like. This new feature introduces a whole slew of options to let you customize and edit your in-game photography, with various levels of freedom depending on whether you're using it while adventuring or during combat, dialogue, and cinematic scenes. Camera settings. Toggleable from the HUD, located near the minimap, or by using the hotkey binding, F9 on PC, and by pressing both analog sticks at the same time on console, you'll get to choose which character you want to take center stage, determine their best side, and adjust the camera position to suit. As long as they're in your party while you're adventuring, you'll be able to line up your scene perfectly, including summons and those in a wild shape. For all budding virtual photographers, you can also turn on the camera reticle and composition grid to make sure you're lining up the perfect shot. Lens settings. Determine the angle and sorted the positioning. You'll be able to jump over to the lens settings where you can play around with the field of view, exposure, depth of field, and focus. Scene settings. NPC ruining your shot? Toggle off either playing, party, NPC, or enemy characters. Now you're ready for your close-up. Or, if you're feeling creative, set the scene for a full-on Farron musical. Choose a set facial expression, plus a range of over 40 static and animated poses, each with multiple variations to help give you the perfect layout.